Welcome back to Theresa.is.Dead. My name is Theresa and I'm very much alive. And if you're new here, welcome. I have an awful garbage mouth, and if you're not into that or weird shit in general, then this is probably not the place for you. Feel free to exit the video here, no harm, no foul, but I'll remember our time fondly. If you just want to jump straight to the review and the swatches and all that good stuff, I'll leave a time code down below. Feel free to jump ahead. So this video is actually a little bit different from previous videos because this is technically a collaboration. I'm collaborating with Chelsea J. Murray, and if you're not familiar with her, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, I'm going to leave her information down below. Feel free to go check her out. Chelsea came up with this great idea called a color collab, meaning that she would tell me a color that I would have to use and I would tell her a color that she would only have to use. And it pretty much is very simple where you can only use one color. So she chose blue for me and I chose red for her. So you'll notice that I have two different looks. I really tried, Chelsea, to stay true to the challenge, but I was using the Huda Beauty palette, which is primarily mostly blue with the exception of like a yellow and a silver in there. So I did use a little smidge of the silver, but it's nothing too crazy. I think it just kind of enhances the look a little bit, but whatever, I cheated. I'm gonna leave her all her information down below, and I'm also going to pin a comment that will have the link to her video, so please feel free to check it out. She's awesome, she's amazing, she's such a sweet girl, and she does really good makeup looks, like fucking way better than I. So if you actually want to learn something, go watch her. With that said, I'm gonna leave you with a short story because it feels weird if I don't tell you something, right? This is how stupid I am. I was at work yesterday and I'm in the bathroom simply washing my hands, and this woman comes out of one of the stalls. Never seen her in my life, right? Never. She says to me,
"Can you believe what Jean sent?"
Now, I could have just corrected her and said, "What? No, I don't work with you. Sorry, boo." And I could have just like walked out, right? Instead, I panicked and went, "Yeah." Sometimes I don't know why I do the things that I do, and it's like such a me thing to just go along with something. So I was like, "Yeah, Jean." I'm like, washing my hands, and she was like,
"I can't believe Jean would just send that email like that after everything that happened with Donald. Like, can you believe that? Like, that's unbelievable to me." And then they asked why people want to leave here.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, like, goddamn that, Jean." I don't know what else to say. Sort of, for the next 2 to 3 minutes, she just literally went on a fucking tangent about how awful this email is and how really disgusting this whole thing is turning out to be. And I fucked up because I should have just said, "Oh, what email?" to kind of give you a little bit more context, but being that I'm such a fucking pussy, I literally was like, "Oh, yeah, sure. And I find myself doing this all the time when like I just don't know what else to say. I just agree with somebody, which is really stupid. But yeah, it's just a little fun fact about me. After she was done washing her hands, she dried her hands, she kind of like turned back and she looked at me and she went,
"I'll see you in the office."
And I said, "You got it." So I actually waited a couple minutes in the bathroom like a fucking weirdo, waited for her to leave so then I could just gingerly go back to my desk. Because again, just, I don't know. Anyway, that's a little fun fact about me. I just agree to things. I'll say yes to stuff when I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I feel like that's just like a common thread in my life, like where people, like my hearing is also kind of a little shitty. So like you could be 10 feet away from me and you could be telling me something and I'll just go, "Yeah, oh yeah." And they're just like, "Really?" And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, "I just said that we should kill all puppies." And I was like, oh. Like literally that's like my hearing is that bad. Like where I'm just like, however, I could hear a fucking pin drop 3 miles away. I don't understand it. I'm pretty sure I'm part dog. It would explain so much. On today's video, we're going to be talking about the Huda Beauty Sapphire Obsessions, which is this little guy right here. So before I give you my overall thoughts, let me tell you a little bit about the palette. Huda Beauty Sapphire Obsessions retails for $27. Expect brilliant blues and vivid turquoises, as well as shining silver and zesty yellow from this bold and beautiful palette. Accent your eyelid for a cool, multi-dimensional look with these 5 duochrome shimmers and 4 creamy matte shadows. So when it first came out, I picked up the warm brown Obsessions, and I actually picked up the smoky one. The smoky one I didn't like at all. That actually irritated my eyes. But this one I like. I think it's really nice. It's definitely like very much of a fall palette, but I don't really gravitate towards it too much. It's okay. I have similar shades in other makeup brands and I feel like those are way better than that product. That's why I don't really gravitate towards this very much. So I was a touch hesitant picking up anything else because I had such a meh experience with it. Needless to say, there are a fucking bunch of these little guys. I was only going to pick up 2 of these palettes, one being the blue and the other one being the green one. However, when I was in the store, I didn't like the quality or the texture of the green one. I found that it was very very gritty and very patchy, while this one swatched beautifully. So I was like, oh, let me like fucking pass on that green one and let me just pick up the blue one only. However, if you do own the green one, please let me know down below your thoughts, or if I'm crazy or whatever, or if it worked wonderfully for you. As you guys know, swatches, it's not really the end all be all. Half the time, if you swatch something and it looks like shit, there's, you know, a good chance that it actually looks way better on your eyes. So that could potentially be it too. Definitely because of that experience, it kind of just drove me just to get this one. I really like this guy. So for $27, you're basically getting this cute, adorable little pan. You get 9 eyeshadows and you get this wonderful, awesome mirror. And you get a really, really, really cool, beautiful blue green colors. I have to say, it's wonderful. Like, I had no issue with this. And while there was little to no kick up in the pan, the fallout was a little severe. And I definitely found that with the matte shades more than anything. And so it kind of feels like I have that pool cue chalk all over my fucking face. I tried desperately to clean it up with some concealer, but as you can tell, there's just like a cast of blue that I just can't get rid of. Like, I don't know, and without like literally taking all my makeup off and then reapplying it, because I'm fucking lazy. I can't do that today. What I will say is that if you are thinking about getting something like this, definitely do your eye makeup first. I should have just used the shadow shield, and it didn't dawn on me until I was fucking done with the look. Yep, I'm awesome. What I find weird is that I think the description said it was 4 duochromes, but correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but like I don't understand this. Okay, so according to that description, it says 5 duochromes. These 2 I can understand as duochromes, but not the other ones. So the other one's just a straight up shimmers. I mean, there's a possibility I'm fucking nuts, like and whatever, but these 2 make sense. The rest of them, no, they're shimmers. Girl, don't be lying to me. What the fuck is this? So other than the gross fallout that is difficult to clean up, and the fact that I think they're wrong by saying that it's 5 duochrome shades when in reality it's only 2 and the remainder are shimmers, right? Am I crazy? 5 duochrome shimmers. No, it's fucking 2. The other 3 are definitely shimmers. However, if I am colorblind or something, please let me know down below and then I can kind of discover that. Okay, so other than the fallout and the weird misrepresentation of what exactly is in the palette, I think it's an awesome product. I mean, other than those 2 things, I really had no true issue with this palette. I think everything worked out beautifully. I like that you're able to kind of build color up, you're able to blend things together. It creates a wonderful, beautiful gradient. I love all those things about it. And this formula actually reminds me very similar to the nude palette, which I think is great. Because the Desert Dusk one to me is like, meh, and then this one is, I really do like the fact that this is very similar to that nude palette, so that's pretty good. Technically, let's talk about the true offender in this palette, which is this yellow color here. First of all, it's weird. It reminds me of the Laura Lee yellow. They say it's yellow, but it kind of looks like a day glow green. I don't know. It's just like a weird color. It's okay. Like, it's not bad. That was the only shade. I'm sorry. I misspoke initially. That was the only shade that I actually had to keep kind of going in to like build up the color, and I wasn't getting anything of it. I think what I created is completely fine, but it's not the yellow that I'm looking for. It doesn't really pass the test of #quest for yellow. It's okay. It's not the worst yellow that I've ever used. The worst yellow is pretty much the Too Faced yellow. It's not great, but it's not bad either. Like, I feel like it could be worse. So let me shut the fuck up about it. Other than that, I really did enjoy this palette. I had no issue with it. So my only recommendation, like I mentioned before, do your fucking eye makeup first and then your base later, because you'll be thanking me later, because this blue shit sticks everywhere, which I haven't actually had this eyeshadow on for too long of a time, so I don't technically know if it's gonna stain my eyes. So here are the 2 looks that I created. So this look is kind of dedicated more to Chelsea. It's the blue on top of blue on top of blue on top of blue on top of blue. As you can see, like, everything kind of just blends out really nice. I don't know, I had a good time playing around with this palette. However, you'll notice that this kind of part is a little choppy because I was kind of playing around with different things. I was using some of these lighter blues, I was using some of the shimmers, and honestly, nothing was really kind of looking good, and it wasn't the palette's fault. It's definitely my own human error. So I had to scrap that and just put like a dark blue that I used on my lid, on my lower lash line, and then kind of buffed it out with the lighter blue to try to, like, you know, bring it all together because I don't wear eyelashes. On this side, I really wanted to play with that yellow. So as you can see, the yellow is a little bit above my crease. I threw in this color because I actually don't know the name of these fucking colors. I threw this color right in my exact crease, and then this beautiful turquoise color I placed all over the lid. I like this look. This is actually, it's pretty. As much as I like this palette, this is something that I'm not going to gravitate towards every day unless I really want to be Mimi Bobak, in which, I mean, I'm on my way. who are we kidding at this point? I don't know how often I'm gonna really be gravitating towards this palette because these are some fucking strong ass, bold ass colors. So to kind of create something on its own, I mean, you can do it, but unless you are working in a place that allows you to be this fucking extra and loud, I don't know if this is something that you're gonna be gravitating towards every day. However, as like a companion palette, it's not bad. But for $27 as a companion palette, I would feel comfortable paying about $19 for this, to be honest with you. I really do think Huda Beauty prices her shit way too high, and while the quality is, you know, I think now getting a little bit better than what it used to be, it's still way too high. The bitch needs to come down. So Huda bitch, come down. Calm down. Be a little bit more affordable and reasonable. However, what I do want to mention is I also have this palette, which is really awesome, and I never did a review for it. So if you actually want me to do a review for this palette, let me know down below. I'll be more than happy to do so. But I noticed that, you know, there's a lot of similarities between both of these palettes. As you can see, there are quite a bit similarities with these palettes. However, this one was definitely priced way lower. I forgot actually how much I paid for it, and if I remember, I will put it right down here. Like I mentioned before, if you do want to see a review of that, just let me know down below. I think if you own this, you don't necessarily need to buy this. Just throwing that out there. All right, I hope you enjoyed these Dead Mermaid looks, and I really invite you to go check out Chelsea's page to go see the other part of the collaboration and see her beautiful red look, because it's absolutely gorgeous, and she is definitely the queen of makeup. With that said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It's free. And hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.